Hello, welcome back once again to the Shmegmanomicon. I'm here as always, Giggle Fist with Sholdy. And in the last one, you mentioned something interesting. You were talking about Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and that brought up, that just set a fire in my brain as all of the inappropriate media that we were exposed to as children. So, Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Probably not for kids. Go ahead.
Before I forget, I want to mention that I was at work and one of the guys mentioned that his first crush was Lola Bunny, and we had a conversation about like what the animators were thinking on Space Jam with that character. But
they were thinking sex sells.
We will talk about that a bit later.
We are going to talk about that because the inspiration for that I already know. No one probably said anything. Whoever came up with that character design definitely had it in mind. But go ahead. Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yes. So one of my favorite movies growing up. I would watch it over and over and over. Like, you know how kids are, right? Like they'll watch the same movie 5 times in a row.
Yes. I watched Goofy movie every day for like the entire summer.
Yeah, exactly. So every time I went to my uncle's house, that's the movie that we put in. But yeah, Jessica Rabbit made my pants tight. But I didn't realize what was going on. I'm like, what am I doing? I'm laying on my stomach, like rocking my leg. I'm like, oh, this feels good.
You did mention that you weren't sexually awakened until like 15, so
I had no clue what was going on. I was just like, feel tingly.
But yeah, I agree. Like that particular character is very. That's not for children. The movie, I don't think you could consider it for children. It has a lot of. Pardon me. It has a lot of innuendo. The whole patty cake concept.
Yeah.
They have pictures. Oh no, they got pictures of you playing patty cake with some guy.
Patty cake.
First, how about let's talk about the fact. You know what's a good sign? This is not really a movie that was intended for children. That Roger Rabbit has a wife.
Yeah, this is true.
He's a cartoon character with a wife. They didn't really have that back in the days. If it was for kids, your character was like a free spirit, Bugs Bunny. Another correlation, he was just out there in the woods, making everyone's life a living hell.
There was the weird Jessica Rabbit like knockoff that was like, oh man. She's like chasing him, like trying to kiss him.
Yeah, that was pretty freaking hilarious. Or how about the fact that they were killing cartoon characters?
Yeah, like straight up, like that was fucking horrifying when he was dipping that shoe inside the dip and it's like burning and crying and like, dude, that was traumatizing.
Yeah, that, like I said, that was
dark.
The movie was not for children.
The only thing that can kill a tune.
Because think about it. They shoot each other. They smack each other with anvils. That was very meta, especially for the time. It was like, like what if, like how would that even work if cartoons were real?
Yeah, no, it's pretty crazy shit.
They would be functionally immortal.
The one scene that like always blew my mind because I could never hear what they were saying, but it's the scene where Daffy Duck and Donald Duck are playing the piano, and then it gets heated and they start like fighting and stuff like that. And Donald Duck calls Daffy Duck a N-word.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know if we could bleep that. Are you sure?
Yes, I guarantee. It's like he talks all weird. He's like, you can hear it.
Way.
No, he does. Like they snuck that in there.
I'm gonna look that up.
They snuck it in there.
I'm gonna look that up.
Yes, do it.
So, the reason why I wanted to do one on inappropriate media wasn't because of Who Framed Roger Rabbit, which, as we've established, was definitely not for children. Well, hold on, for children.
Certainly not.
I want to talk about the stuff that was for children, but shouldn't have been. Like we'll go back to Bugs Bunny, right?
Oh yeah, and
the Lola Bunny stuff, right?
Yeah.
So I think the inspiration for Lola Bunny, that why they thought it was good, was how popular that one scene is where Bugs Bunny is dressed in drag and he's
like doing the Chiquita banana thing or whatever.
Yeah, right? Because, you know, a lot of people had feelings about that, even though Bugs Bunny, like, this has got to be like back in the 50s or something. He's obviously a male.
Yeah.
That kind of thing didn't fly. They're like, what a silly bunny. You know, but I think some people
We're
actually...
Like, I don't know. I can get behind this.
I kind of like the curves on that. Wearing a lot of lipstick. That's what I like. And I kind of feel like that's like where they got the character design for, like, we could just make like a sexy female bunny, and that's where
Lola Bunny was like overly sexualized. Like she had like some curves on her, if I remember correctly.
Well, yeah, but you're forgetting that it's not just you know, like a Looney Tunes movie. It's also like a sports movie.
Yeah. And,
you know, some of the people going into this aren't going to see it because of Bugs Bunny. They're going to see it because of Michael Jordan.
So they get some tune eye candy while they're at it?
I guess. I don't know. I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt. You know, obviously, I'm full of shit.
I mean, they could have put real women in there, you know.
Yeah, but obviously they're just gonna sell sex to kids anyway. That's what
they're doing.
That's what they did. They do that.
The bastards.
But
corrupting our youth.
No, you know what really corrupted my youth was freaking Ren and Stimpy. None of us should have been exposed to Ren and Stimpy. The mindfuck that is Ren and Stimpy.
It was really weird.
It was not in any way, shape, or form for children. I remember there was like one scene where like Ren didn't take care of his teeth, right?
Yeah.
And before you go thinking this is an educational like, you know, episode, it really wasn't. Yeah, it was just gross, right? His teeth were all yellow, and they used to do like these really tight close-ups. These
super detailed.
Super highly detailed, gross close-ups, and they
like
did one of his teeth.
Holes and worms.
No, and then they just shattered, and you just saw like his nerve endings just hanging out.
Oh, I remember that.
The sockets, right? Nearby is Stinky's litter box, and there's just these flies, and you know they've got their fly mouths, but it was really more like lips, and they were just like eating the crap. Like they're just going crazy all over the crap. And then one of them just like, you know, one of those stink lines wafts under its fly nose, and he's like, hey. And he flies up to Red, and he's like, hey buddy, you mind taking your stinking hole somewhere else? I'm trying to eat here. Right? Now, as a kid, that was just kind of horrifying. It was like, that's so gross. I didn't get.
That's actually really funny.
That was hilarious as an adult. Was that the fly was eating shit, and it asked him to like you know, like someone in the non-smoking section is like, would you mind? I'm trying to eat. I don't want to smell your cigarette. Yeah. I'm trying to eat here. So that's
hysterical.
So, and there were just a bunch of things like that. Powdered Toast Man. That is the most absurd superhero, man. Like, I remember like.
Didn't he have a nipple thing as well?
It wasn't nipples. He used to fart on the toast.
Yeah.
And it flew away. Right?
And he'd always fly backwards, right? Because
not always, but that was his preferred method of flying because he would launch himself out of toasters.
Yeah.
Like he would just dive into a toaster, squat down, and then here you go with the super unnecessary detail of his bulging muscles and buttocks, and then just kind of kegel himself out the window.
Kegel himself.
But yeah, that was an incredibly like inappropriate show that, like, you know, we should not have been exposed to. There was an episode where a ghost killed itself. Like I
remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, like that got banned from television. I think it got banned from television.
I'm sure.
But I remember seeing it like 2 or 3 times as a child.
Before they banned it.
Yeah, before they realized how like, what? Did he just drink poison and die?
Again?
Yeah. And he came back as like a fat black jazz musician for whatever reason, and then he turned into an angel and went to heaven. And that was the other messed up part, was that seemed to be the solution to his problems.
Yeah, he was happy now.
Yeah, he had angel wings and everything. He's like, all right. And then he flies away. So killing himself actually solved that. I was like, how did this Like, who was... And this was on Nickelodeon. This is...
What lessons are you teaching us,
This is
people?
before Adult Swim. Like, this... like, I could see this being on Adult Swim. Even now, like...
Easy.
There's no way this is flying on Nickelodeon.
Adult Swim has some fantastic shit.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is, like... This was Sunday mornings.
Yeah, no, this is
Sunday mornings Nicktoons.
You're eating your cereal. Yeah,
this was in between Rugrats and Doug, I believe.
2 fantastic shows.
Yeah.
I might
Also, kind of not really for kids. I'd say Doug is definitely for kids, but Rugrats isn't really for kids.
No, I remember there was one like kind of creepy episode of Rugrats where they were like dealing with the Dybbuk.
The Dybbuk, yes.
I never knew it was a Jewish show.
It was not a Jewish show.
Yeah, well, the characters are all Jews.
Not all of them.
Does that sound racist? They're all Jews. I said it with like anger.
I don't think Phil and Lil were not Jews. Tommy, I think, was half.
No, they were definitely Jewish.
I'm pretty sure he was half.
Half?
Yeah, his dad was a toy designer, and there was definitely some Christmas stuff in that.
Oh, maybe.
So yeah, I remember like one half of his family, and I'm not sure if it was his dad or his mom, was definitely Jewish. I think it was his mom's side.
Yeah, because the grandpa came and he was talking about the Dybbuk, and he
Dybbuk.
had the Jewish accent and everything.
Yeah, but the Dybbuk is not just that's a Polish thing. I think that's Yiddish.
Is it?
But that's like Polish Jewish. So yeah, but the Dybbuk, yes, the Dybbuk, he's a monster.
Well, I don't think
The Dybbuk
Pickles is a
comes.
Jewish name, anyways, right?
Nah, but no. Well, everyone else had better names than that. Like Chucky Finster. I don't remember Phil and Lil's names were.
Finster.
Yeah.
Finster could be like
But yeah,
German or something.
I'm like 100% sure that Angelica's mom was not Jewish. Like, both her parents were very blonde. Not that that means anything.
Well,
but
her dad was Stewie's dad's brother, right?
yeah, Stu and Drew. But yeah, but what I want to say about why that wasn't for kids was because they fucking, like, even the kids' jokes, like, there was an episode called like Naked Time, right?
It's naked time.
No, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't inappropriate, but it wasn't something that a kid should really find that funny. Like, if you were a parent, like, that's why like these people were like geniuses to make this show, because if you were a parent and you were watching this with your kids, you could really find some humor in it.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's how
Fantastic show.
that's how people got wind of Ren and Stimpy, was parents started watching like Rugrats with their kids, because there were these entire sections where it would just be the parents talking about like child psychology.
Yeah.
Like, they had the Dr. Lipschitz, and you know, it was always both takes. You know, you had the parents' take and the kids' take, but like the kids were like babies, so like basically this is like, you know, just kind of a critique of, you know, the logic behind some of the crazy stuff that kids do.
Yeah.
You know, like being naked. A lot of kids go through that phase, and that's not so.
I still like being naked.
Yeah, but there was, like, you know, a lot of kids that just like refused to put on clothes. You know, I had these people I used to play Dungeons and Dragons with, and when I was living in Ohio, they had a daughter, and she just absolutely refused to put on clothes. Hello? Coming down. Well, that's our pizza, so that's it for this episode of the Shmegmanomicon. See you next time.